Welcome back. It's the Anfield return for Liverpool's World Cup stars and, of course, teenage sensation Michael Owen. We can hardly wait, and it's time to hand over to our commentary team now at Anfield tonight. Joe Royle, but first Gary.
The Anfield turf for the first time in this prestigious pre-season game. Referee Peter Jones leads out the teams, and just wait for the roar for Liverpool and Michael Owen. Crowd itching for a view of their hero, and here he comes. Well, the most incredible thing about tonight is that there's a capacity crowd at Anfield for this pre-season game, officially known as the Pirelli Cup, but all eyes on this young man. He's played 46 times for Liverpool and rattled in 24 goals so far. Well, it really is a big night too for Inter as they look forward to their European campaign. That begins a week tomorrow as they play in the preliminary round of the Champions League. There's Paul Ince, the captain of Liverpool, Steve McManaman, Karl-Heinz Riedler just to the right of your picture. Phil Babb, number 4. Patrick Berger, who's had a terrific pre-season for Liverpool. Jason McAteer, and a return to Anfield for Stephen Staunton. Brad Friedel plays in goal tonight, and there's Michael Owen. And there's Paul Ince's son Thomas, who's just 6 years old and is the mascot tonight. And his favourite players, Michael Owen and Steve McManaman, not his dad. Well, a capacity crowd has come to see the return of the native, Michael Owen, who takes a starring role in this Liverpool team, which shows 2 changes on the side, which beat Leeds United 2-0 on Saturday afternoon in Dublin, and as you might have seen here on Channel 5. Steve Staunton is recalled, as is Patrick Berger, who scored one of the 2 goals. Dominic Matteo and Steve Harkness drop out. Inter are without nearly all their World Cup stars, notably Ronaldo, Roberto Baggio and Yuri Zhokayev, but 4 of this team did feature at France '98. Italian World Cup goalkeeper Gianluca Pagliuca, veteran defender Giuseppe Bergami, Javier Zanetti, who played for Argentina against England in Saint Etienne in that memorable game, and Ivan Zamorano, the Chilean international, who partnered Marcelo Salas with the Chilean team at the World Cup. And I'm delighted to say, sitting alongside me is Joe Royle.
Evening, Gary.
Just break off, Joe, to tell you tonight's referee, incidentally, Peter Jones, who last refereed here for a match against a certain team called Everton.
An excellent referee, certainly one of our best referees, and I know that he'll referee this game very sympathetically, because now the team will want bookings before the start of the season.
What do you make of this young man?
Well, it's tremendous, really. If you think that 12 months ago he was the support striker here at the start of the season, and now the question is, who'll partner him this season? Will it be Riedler? Will it be Sean Dundee? Or will it be even Robbie Fowler?
What do you think is the best combination of strikers at Anfield, Joe?
I don't know, really. We haven't seen much of Dundee, and Riedler certainly is a target man, but I'd like to see Robbie Fowler and Michael Owen together, both at their peak.
It will be Inter in their away strip to get this football match underway. attacking the newly constructed Anfield Road end, which now has a rather splendid roof, and that will have not only raised the roof but raised the capacity as well.
A lot will depend tonight on the attitudes of both sides. Certainly Liverpool have been very sharp up to now in pre-season, and we know that the Italians need this run out for their big game next week.
Well, they will make a few changes before they head off to Pisa for that Sconto-Riga match in the preliminary round of the Champions League. But largely, 8 of this starting 11 will play. There's Karl-Heinz Riedler, ready and set in Liverpool's attack. Ventola and Zamorano stand over the ball. And the referee then, Peter Jones, gets us underway. Enter the UEFA Cup holders, the team who finished second in Serie A behind Juventus, and many people's favourites to eclipse Juventus in the coming 9 months to take the Italian Championship. Two here is Colonnese. Long ball forward towards Zamorano, who's got terrific pace. So too does Phil Babb. Happy to turn the ball out of harm's way, Phil Babb, who made a mistake in the match on Friday against St Patrick's in Dublin, which led to St Patrick's second goal. He gave away a penalty. He looked a lot more consistent in Saturday's game against Leeds. That one's over Zamorano's head and away by Babb. This is Coe, the Frenchman. Turned dangerously back in by Elias and chased in there by Pirlo. And a rare sight from Steve McManaman to release Michael Owen. Owen looking for support here, has it from Berger. Ince. Important challenge there by Colonnese. Away here by Ventola. One back by Staunton, who's completed a midsummer switch from Aston Villa. And last time Steve Staunton played for Liverpool, they were the champions of England.
Steve Staunton's a terrific player. I know there was a big fight for his signature in the summer, and I know that Liverpool were always favourites. I think he feels it's his soul club.
Manaman. Riedler. Foul by Galante. Berger. Staunton looking for Owen. Away by Bergamy.
Very early, Gary, we've seen that Liverpool are very aware of Owen's pace, and they put 2 balls behind the Italians.
And this is the sort of attention that Michael Owen can expect throughout the next 9 months, having his jersey tugged and being bumped over by Colonnese. Berger. Babb. McAteer. It's all Liverpool at the moment. They're encamped in the last third of the field. And then they have to go backwards in order to go forwards. Carragher. Steve McManaman. That's the ball to Coe. Elias. Karl-Heinz Riedler is the captain of Liverpool. Paul Ince, the former Inter player. Staunton. McAteer's made a run to the left. This is Berger. Ball cut out by Bergamy. And this is Ince again. It's all Liverpool in these opening stages.
Been an excellent start for Liverpool. Number of players trying to prove themselves tonight. McAteer definitely wants a place in midfield. Brad Friedel wants to prove he's the best goalkeeper. And so there are a number of questions to answer, and of course Phil Babb still wants to be a centre-half at Liverpool and nowhere else.
Berger. Ince. One challenge of Coe. Well, they know all about him, and in turn he's released Steve Staunton. Riedler's the target here. Bergamy got in the way. Picked up by Pirlo, who really is the understudy for Roberto Baggio this season for Inter. Roberto Baggio still not considered fully fit after his World Cup exploits for Italy. So Pirlo will play behind the front two of Zamorano and Ventola. And here's Riedler now for Liverpool. Karl-Heinz Riedler! And he was looking for a penalty. And a shake of the head from Peter Jones told its own tale. Well, Riedler's saying he was having his red jersey tugged there. I think by Galante.
I think it was a bit of both there, Gary. I think he'd been a bit fortunate to get the penalty, but worth trying.
It's Milanese helping it back to his goalkeeper Gianluca Pagliuca. Riedler. Ince. Oh, given away to Coe. That was a poor ball. And it's Galante who drives forward here for Inter. He had his boot very high, but then again so did Jamie Carragher. I think slightly unfairly, Carragher's been penalised there. Because Galante went in with his studs showing.
I think Carragher suffered. He had his boot slightly higher. Pistols at dawn.
Elias with a free kick, looking for Zamorano here. Ventola felt he was balked then. Pirlo makes a present of the ball for Liverpool. Away by Hegem. Liverpool counter-attack here with McManaman. Oh, into his left. Ran into the challenge of Bergami, and Galante will mop up here for Inter. Really uncompromising player, Fabio Galante.
He's been a fabulous defender and has taken over from Baresi as the senior citizen of Italian defences, but he's a hell of a defender.
Coe. So Elias, put out by Bab. One back by Riedler. And here's McManaman. So Elias did well to release the ball to Pirlo. Milanese. Pirlo. Ambitious ball to Milanese, and it had gone out of play. It's going to be a throw into Liverpool. This is Mauro Milanese, who arrived at Inter in mid-season last year as a cover defender. He was with Parma previously. Coe. Zanetti. To have a rare opportunity here to put some pressure on Liverpool, and then they've released Pirlo in an offside position. You can see here Pirlo just strayed wide left into that offside position, and all that hard work came to nothing for Inter. Bergami. Stunt. McManaman. Galante. Definitely a touch there by Colonnese, and a corner to Liverpool. Colonnese not too happy with his fellow defenders there, because I think he felt they should have called to him and told him what was going on around him. So a corner down at the cop end here for Liverpool. Staunton to take it. Bab almost got there. Tried to chest the ball down, but it just eluded him. Coe. Elias. One back enthusiastically by Bab. Hegem. Hegem's done well here. Rattled his cross against the backside of Milanese. One back by Bab, and then Bab clattered into Bergami. It's quite a physical game. Might be a pre-season friendly, but no player really has shirked a challenge so far. Ince. McManaman rolled off here to Ince again, under pressure from Coe. Oh, that's lovely football by Liverpool. McManaman. And it's Michael Owen now for Liverpool. And that's exactly what the crowd have come to see.
Michael Owen spent a fair bit of time on the left wing early on in the game, obviously looking to get behind the Italian defence. But Liverpool are looking good going forward. I don't think that's a problem for them. I think that Gerard Houllier, the new coach, and Roy Evans will be looking for more defensive stability this season.
Ventola, no foul. Patrick Berger, great save by Pagliuca. What a terrific save by the Italian national goalkeeper.
That's a great save from Pagliuca, because Berger's through, not on his favoured foot, but he struck it well for the far corner and he's reacted brilliantly to save it.
More Liverpool pressure, Riedler with a header. And it's a goal kick, but the crowd's still buzzing about that move involving Patrick Berger. Saved by this goalkeeper here. He had a fabulous World Cup. Produced one outstanding stop in the match against Norway in Marseille. But look at this.
I think that's what the Italians were complaining about. They were looking for the foul, but it wasn't given, and Berger went on. And he struck his shot well, right across the goalkeeper where it should go, and it's a terrific fingertip save.
And now Inter have a free kick. They've taken it quickly through Ventola. This is Pirlo. And that really is a gift for Phil Babb. And it's Paul Ince. McManaman. Berger, who has scored now in Liverpool's last two friendlies, and here he is again. Berger!
Terrific football, great passing from Liverpool. Very typical passing movement, passing arrive in the box, and Berger again is found on his wrong foot, but he's showing much improved form from last season.
He was ready to quit the club in May, but feels with the arrival of Gerard Houllier there is a future for him here.
Well, Roy Evans has already said he looks a lot fitter this year in the pre-season friendlies, and 2 shots on target very early on prove that.
It remains goalless though, although here's Ventola now for Inter. They have to go alone. There was no real appeal there by Ventola that he'd been brought down. Nicola Ventola, who was one of Inter's expensive imports from Bari this season, threatened to undo Liverpool there. So Inter have the corner. They brought forward Galante and also Ventola as well. In fact, it's going to be a change of football, I think. First substitution, I think. And the corner kick can now be taken. Coe waits with his hands on his hips there, marked by Riedler. Zamorano's made a burst inside the penalty area, just trying to lose his marker. And it was Zamorano who forced the ball goalwards, but Karl-Heinz Riedler made that emphatic block, and it's another corner.
Liverpool's coaching duo will be watching closely here, because all last season they were conceding goals from corners, free headers. And again, they're not totally convincing, but there is a foul in there. That's something they have to work on if they're going to maintain a challenge this year against Arsenal and Manchester United and maybe Chelsea for the title.
McAteer. Liverpool, remember, finished third in the league last season, 7 points behind second place Manchester United and 13 behind Arsenal. They know they have a bit of a gap to make up, and here's Staunton, and the players they hope will be able to bridge that gap. Staunton, who returns to an Anfield player for the first time in 7 years. Problem here perhaps for Vigard Hegem. Corner to Liverpool. Riedler tried to meet it. Staunton! Well, he won the ball back delightfully, but the execution of the shot wasn't all it might have been.
He'll be very disappointed with that, Gary, because he is one of the best left foots in the business, best left feet even. and he should surely hit the target from there.
Paluca grateful he didn't have to make one of those fingertip saves that he produced to deny Patrick Berger.
Again, Liverpool looking very progressive, very promising going forward.
Good header by Carragher. Slight foul on Michael Owen, but a foul nonetheless by Colonnese. Liverpool just playing Jason McAteer at right back because they have a problem with Vigard Hegem and are about to make a substitution. Bab. Karl-Heinz Riedler putting Milanese under pressure. Too anxious stares now, but Kvarme is coming on here for Liverpool.
Substitution for Liverpool, Bjorn Kvarme, replacing Vigard Hegem.
Jon Tore Kvarme, another one of the Norwegian players currently at Anfield, replacing the Norwegian. And Kvarme is slotted in at right back, so one defender replaces another. Pirlo. And this is Michael Owen. Staunton now. Inter sitting very deep indeed, allowing Liverpool virtual unopposed possession inside their own half of the field. Paluca not too happy with that ball back by Colonnese. It's through to Owen now. McManaman and Riedler wait for a cross. This is Staunton now. Riedler.
That was a terrific pass from Staunton, and had Riedler taken it the right way, instead of taking the ball back into play, he would have been on for a free shot at goal. But great vision from Staunton.
I think it's fair to say, given that the English season is, what, week and a half away, and to have this important Champions League preliminary round game next Wednesday. Both teams are taking this game very seriously indeed. Berger. And this is McManaman now for Liverpool. Buzz of excitement as Michael Owen picks up the ball. Owen.
Yet again, Gary, very dangerous down that left-hand side, which he seems to favour at the moment. Maybe 5 times now he's got behind the Italian defence, and they just can't live with his pace.
Coe. Pirlo. Is it Elias? All the way back to Giuseppe Bergami, who really has flourished at Inter since the arrival at the club of Gigi Simone as coach. His career appeared to be heading nowhere when Roy Hodgson was at Inter, and Hodgson played with a flat back 4. But Bergami is most effective as a sweeper, and Inter's decision to play with a back 3 has meant that Giuseppe Bergami has been outstanding for Inter last season, and his form resulted in a recall to the national squad for the World Cup finals. McManaman. Kvarme. Lovely touch by Berger. McManaman now. Berger wants it back. Berger has it back. McAteer. Berger. Back in by McAteer, but only as far as Paluca. Given the fact, Joe, that Liverpool are without Fowler tonight, they're without Redknapp tonight, they're without Rob Jones, of those players, who can you see forcing their way back into this starting 11 and perhaps displacing some of the players on view tonight?
Well, you have to consider Fowler. I mean, Fowler's such a clinical finisher, and him and Michael Owen potentially could be dynamite. Also, Jamie Redknapp, who I think improved last season, was very unfortunate with injuries and gave them that passing versatility in midfield that they missed at times.
Koué. Oh, and Ventila's through here, but he's offside. But apart from a couple of changes, we're virtually seeing a first-choice Liverpool 11, aren't we?
I wouldn't think this will be far away, depending on Redknapp's fitness, but I wouldn't think this will be far away. And we haven't seen too much of Sean Dundee yet to know how his partnership with Owen could flourish.
Friedel with that free kick, forward towards Karl-Heinz Riedler, who certainly had his fair share of injuries last season. Indeed, his injury crisis led to the emergence of a certain Michael Owen in the Liverpool first team.
Very deceptive, Karl-Heinz Riedler. He's magnificent in the air for his size, because he might only be 5'10", certainly not one of the biggest players around, but he's very deceptive. World Cup winner, of course.
Berger. All the way back to Brad Friedel, who I think will start the season as Liverpool's first-choice goalkeeper now.
I think the jury's still out on Friedel, though I know that he wasn't badly to blame for too many goals last year, but he still has a few people to impress, and of course the new management team at Liverpool.
Koué. Zanetti. And Koué again, given away to Staunton. I think the Liverpool faithful are looking for a goal. They might have a goal at the wrong end here. Pirlo. And Elias forced into that wild strike on goal. Part of the Brazilian World Cup squad, but didn't feature in the finals in France.
It's just the kind of indecision that Gerard Houllier and Roy Evans will be looking at, because their problems in the middle of defence cost them dearly last year.
Milanese with the header. Ball into prior to kick-off was greeting his former teammates as they arrived in the players' tunnel. Zamorano, offside. Ivan Zamorano had another very good World Cup for Chile, playing alongside Marcelo Salas. Yeah, not a striker of great stature, but terrifically powerful.
Hasn't had a great time at club level for a number of years, but did have a good World Cup in a very, very underrated Chile side.
Berger did well to withstand the challenge of Zanetti and release Staunton. Away by Bergamy. Pirlo. Former Bologna player who's come to Inter along with Roberto Baggio. Zamorano's onside, as is Ventula. Oh, good save by Brad Friedel.
That'll do Friedel the world of good. It is a good save, it's on his good side of the near post, but the first bit of attacking football from the Italians to show true quality. An excellent strike and a good save.
Didn't have much to aim at, but his shot was accurate and on target. Into with the corner. Rather uncertain palm away there by Friedel, but at least the ball didn't end up at the feet or head of an Inter striker. I
think at times last year, Gary, it almost became a phobia with them, because they were conceding free headers and goals at corners so often, it did cost them dearly.
3 Inter players posted around the penalty spot now. It's over the head of Zamorano. Milanese!
Again, a great strike. All the trouble from the corner. All the Liverpool defenders have gone under the ball and it's travelled through. And it was a terrific strike and another good save from Friedel. That will do his confidence the world of a good, because he was very unsighted there.
And Mauro Milanese certainly got hold of the shot as well. So 2 good saves by Brad Friedel as Liverpool tried to release Michael Owen. Bergamy, who got to the ball first, is probably old enough to be Owen's father. Talking of which, you played with Owen's father, didn't you, at Everton?
Yes, in the youth side at Everton many years ago. Terry and I played together, and Terry looked very promising at that stage, and you can see where Michael got his pace from.
That's McAteer with that attempt on goal. Actually, the Leeds fans were taunting Michael Owen in Dublin on Saturday with the words of "You're Welsh and you know you are." Here's that shot again by McAteer.
Yes, well wide. Liverpool, after a bright start, have gone off the boil slightly, and the Italians have had 2 fair chances in the last 10 minutes.
No way through for Ventola. Friedel with the clearance, looking for Michael Owen. And Bergamy is the back marker. A sweeper for Inter, played there for Italy when Alessandro Nesta got injured in the World Cup finals.
He's been excellent up to now, Gary. He's hardly broken sweat. He's just intercepting things, heading the odd ball clear, and looking very impressive.
And here he is again. Zanetti. Free kick to Inter. Incidentally, news of Vegard Hegem, Liverpool's recent acquisition. He's left the field with a slight strain in his right shoulder, but nothing too serious, and he's been taken off as a precaution. Benoit Coe, the Frenchman, who was in deep conversation with Gérard Houllier prior to the kick-off. He'll take the free kick. Milanese. And here's Zamorano. Good piece of defending there by Phil Babb. Slammed the door on Zamorano. Phil Babb hoping to create this central defensive partnership with Jamie Carragher. Of course, Steve Staunton can play in central defence as well. One of the options Roy Evans and Gérard Houllier have for them in the coming months.
I would be surprised though, Gary. I think he's been brought to play on the left and given that quality that he has from a wide position.
Coe just got to the ball before Karl-Heinz Riedler. Pirlo looking for Zamorano. Farmer should get there first. There's the Liverpool coaching staff. Gérard Houllier is the man to the left of your picture there, just biting his nails. Roy Evans sits alongside him, then Doug Livermore. Interesting management setup, isn't it, Joe?
Well, we'll have to see how it works. We don't know, of course, the priorities of each member at the moment.
That's
know
a diplomatic answer, isn't it?
Well, I do know Roy's very highly rated here, and by the people, by the chairman, by Peter Robinson. And they would be loath to be without him. He came under a little bit of unfair pressure last year. If you look at Liverpool's record of not finishing outside the top 5, a lot of managers would be very grateful for that.
Do you think that it's possible to have a dual manager?
We'll find out.
Pirlo. That's a great ball. Koé! Great save by Friedel. He's produced 3 now.
He's had a great 10 minutes. He made 3 excellent saves as the Italians have come to life.
Elias looking for Zanetti. Koé, who had that chance. Zanetti again, looking for Ventola. Elias. Well, this is another marvellous save here by Brad Friedel.
A terrific save, and what a pass through behind the square Liverpool back 4 again. And well done, Friedel. He's come and closed the angle. But Gerard Houllier and Roy will be worried that there's too much coming right down the middle of the defence again. It's not crosses that's causing them problems this time, it's right down the middle.
And really, Inter have had the better goal-scoring opportunities now, Joe, haven't they?
It's been a typical Anfield game. Liverpool started like a riot and they were all over them, had good chances, and then the Italians have come out of their coma and looking very, very dangerous.
That's going to be a goal kick, despite the facial expressions of Giuseppe Bergami. Bam. 1 or 2 signs of some Liverpool fans getting a bit restless, wanting a bit more action down at the Kop end rather than the Anfield Road end. Staunton, McAteer, Berger. Super save, it's...
That's a brilliant goal.
That the former Interman should score in this game. His first shot was blocked by Gianluca Pagliuca, but not his second.
No, it's a typical Italian goalkeeper save. He's punched it out again, and English goalkeeping coaches would frown on that. And Ince has made a great finish for the second chance.
It really was a rabbit punch, little more from Pagliuca.
No, he won't be happy with that. But it is quite common on the continent, Gary, and English goalkeeping coaches frown upon it. It's terrible.
And Liverpool have the lead of a very popular man indeed. He said there was only one club that he'd leave Italy for, and that was Liverpool. He got his wish. Has been with Liverpool for a year now, and said he came to Anfield to win things. And his determination has been the standard which has been set here at Liverpool for the coming months. I'm sure his son, Thomas, will be very, very proud of him tonight. Koé. Colonnese. Tennis Pirlo. Milanese!
Good handling again by Friedel. And Milanese's left foot looks a very potent weapon for the Italians. They feel slightly aggrieved of being down at this stage, but it was a terrific goal.
The only reason Liverpool are a goal up is because of their goalkeeper Brad Friedel, who's produced 3 outstanding stops. True, Pagliuca made an excellent stop to deny Patrick Berger, but I think he'll feel disappointed he didn't do slightly better with that initial shot from Paul Ince. And now McManaman's given the ball away. Pirlo. And here come Inter again, right down the middle. Ventola. Good block in the end there by Jamie Carragher.
Again, one ball through the middle. And everybody ball watching this side. Stan Staunton caught a little bit forward, and danger. It's something Liverpool really have to solve if they're going to mount a challenge this year.
That was a very good block in the end, Joe, wasn't it, by Jamie Carragher?
He did get back and defended very well. I think that Carragher and Babb are very, very good individual defenders, but at the moment they just don't seem to be quite on the same wavelength.
Corner to Inter, who are a goal behind. Galante with a header. And brought away in the end by Babb. And there seemed to be a handball there by Milanese. seemed to be impeded by Zé Elias, and Peter Jones, the referee, spotted it. Suddenly Inter were caught by the pace of that Liverpool counter-attack. McManaman almost got clear of Zé Elias, but not quite.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt and say he got there as quick as he could.
McAteer. Corner to Liverpool. Devante forcing his header into the Kop. Staunton. There seemed to be a push there on Karl-Heinz Riedler by Galante.
Well, they know all about Riedler's jumping powers, and he's not going to have a free run at a cross, that's for sure.
Riedler, no stranger to playing in Italy's Serie A. He was with Lazio. That one trying to pick out Coe, but that's the sort of ball which has caught Liverpool out on several occasions.
Well, he's continually arriving behind Patrick Berger and Steve Staunton. Staunton, of course, had just taken the corner, so he was out of position. But Patrick Berger's excellent going forward, but just a little unaware defensively at the moment.
Ince, whose goal separates the teams. Varme. McAteer. Berger. And here's Michael Owen. Owen hasn't seen too much of the ball, but then again he has been heavily fleeced by that Inter defence. I think maybe the word is shackled. Bergami. Oh, he almost gave former teammate Paul Ince the ball there. Ventola. Pirlo. Trying to pick out Zanetti. Berger not too sure about the geography of the ball. Coe. Pirlo. Two to aim at, Ventola and Zamorano. McAteer.
Yes, the Italians again looking dangerous, but it's not just the back four that has problems. The makeup of Liverpool's midfield is all progressive and going forward, and sometimes with only Ince defensively minded, they do get caught a little bit.
Milanese, did he keep the ball in play? He did. He's picked out Ventola here. Oh, gave the ball disappointingly to Kvarme as far as Inter are concerned. This is Pirlo. Looking for Zamorano. Good header by Staunton. Pirlo's lost a boot. Zanetti. Liverpool very flat at the moment defensively. As Inter try to pierce that Liverpool defence. Another ball. McManaman. Owen. McManaman again. Went back into the shot, tried to bend the ball wide of Pagliuca. Let's have a look at the only goal of the match so far. Steve Staunton originated the move. Look at the driving power here of Paul Ince. First time unsuccessful, second time more successful. Coe. Elias. To really have invested a lot of money this summer to try and secure the Serie A championship, or perhaps more importantly, do well in the Champions League. Is Zanetti. Ventura. What's really impressed me about Inter is most of their shooting has been on target.
Yes, they've looked very good going forward after a very, very quiet 10 minutes, but Liverpool have still got it all on to do here, because they haven't come here just for the run out, the Italians.
And here's Steve Staunton, nicknamed Stan. Berger. Ince. Interesting difference of styles of the two teams. Once again, Paul Ince prepared to throw himself forward in Liverpool's cause.
Fancies his chances now, left foot volleys. In the right place though.
Liverpool will learn plenty of lessons tonight about playing against this back three in a sweeper system. They'll come up against that in the UEFA Cup campaign. And remember, you can see Liverpool's UEFA Cup campaign here on Channel 5. And the current UEFA Cup holders are Inter, who beat Lazio in the final last season, and were the beaten finalists the season before. They know a thing or two about playing in Europe.
Oh, they do. They've sort of perfected this system whereby they come very quietly, they do the right things, they defend nicely, and all of a sudden they break out, and that's precisely what they've done tonight.
Staunton. Well kept in play by Berger, who has just drifted out of the game in the last 10 minutes or so. Once again, Liverpool guilty of giving the ball away in midfield. It's free kick to Inter for a foul by Kwame on Ventura. Elias. And it's Staunton. Hope you're enjoying our live football here on Channel 5. Incidentally, after our live football from Anfield on Channel 5 at 10:10, you can see This Wonderful Life, a new series of unauthorised celebrity biographies tonight, focusing on Liz Hurley. No doubt will be interesting information about her relationship with Hugh Grant. Something to look forward to as Friedel hooks the ball away.
Friedel again to the rescue. Liverpool caught square once again by a good run from the outside to in, but the Italians are getting behind Liverpool much too easily, and that's the usual mixture. Liverpool can be irrepressible going forward, but they do look unconvincing at times when called upon to defend.
Coe. Bergami, almost pinched by Riedler, who's worked hard tonight for Liverpool. We really did see an outstanding goal by Michael Owen against Leeds in Dublin on Saturday, and I'm sure most of the Anfield crowd will be looking for the same sort of contribution from Owen tonight. He has the ball here. Foul by Elias. I think Elias was less than impressed that one or two Inter players hadn't retreated fully from that last attack. Quite crude whack into Owen's shins, but he can expect that now, can't he?
He's got plenty of that to come. More so in Europe than England.
Staunton. Michael Owen, who really is no stranger now to the international football scene. They'll all know about him after his exploits in Saint-Etienne against Argentina. And one of the Argentinian players Javier Zanetti, who played against Owen that night, now has the ball, picking out Zamorano. Ventola looking for this one. So too was Colonnese. McManaman. Owen. Owen, oh, he almost lost his cool then and had a bit of a kick at Milanese. It's meant to be a friendly.
Yes, it's certainly been played at a good rate though. And there's that side to Michael Owen, he certainly has venom.
And remember, he was sent off at Old Trafford last season for a rather horrific challenge on Ronnie Johnson, as I remember.
He's had that throughout his career as a schoolboy. He's always fought his corner, and he takes the bumps without complaint and expects other people to.
Riedler looking for Berger. McManaman. Rakitic. As you said, there is a combative edge to Michael Owen, and it was in evidence here, all right, wasn't it?
Yes, it's a two-footed tackle. It's not a particularly pretty tackle, and then a bit of retaliation. But it shows his attitude to the game. The kid wants to win, but we mustn't condone that kind of action.
And at half-time, Liverpool have the lead, and very fittingly, the man whose transfer from Inter to Liverpool resulted in tonight's game, Paul Ince, scored the only goal of the match, and he's congratulated by Javier Zanetti. Superb goal by Ince.
Ladies and
Rattled
gentlemen,
in after
winning time
31
for
minutes.
Tonight's golden goal competition.
It all came
First
from
goal
this
scored at 13
move down the
minutes,
left involving
48
Staunton.
Seconds, 30 minutes,
Great shot there by
seconds,
Ince. Rather poor save by Pagliuca, but a terrific follow-up there by Ince.
It's a striker's finish. I think that Robbie Fowler or Michael Owen would be proud of that finish.
So the
Offensive players, and he's the one that can marshal it from there and organise it from there. And coming through, he's had 2 or 3 opportunities on goal as well as scoring the goal. So yes, he is a major influence on the Liverpool side.
And one person who potentially we all know is fantastic, Steve McManaman, always seems to have a problem with that final ball, Steve, doesn't he? Do you find that frustrating?
Yeah, I think they're not sure what position to play him in. I think that's his problem. 1 minute he's playing in the 3 in midfield, next he's playing in the 4. So he's a bit unsure, and yeah, his final ball does let him down. But I do feel sorry for Paul Ince, and I must admit, and I keep saying it, but he's isolated in midfield, and he needs someone with him to actually batten down the hatches a touch when they come under pressure.
OK, so still problems for Liverpool to sort out, but they do lead 1-0. It's a packed Anfield. The second half is about to get underway. Your commentators, Joe Royle first, Gary Bloom.
welcome back. As the Lightning Seeds blares across Anfield. The lead singer of the Lightning Seeds, Ian Brody's here, watching today's game. He's brought his young son. We can now hear from Liverpool manager Roy Evans talking to Adam Dark.
Roy, Paul Ince looked rather chuffed with that moment.
I think he'll be delighted with that. Obviously, against his old club for his new club, and he'll be delighted with it. It was a spectacular goal.
What did you make of that first half?
We're pleased with that. It's a good effort. Obviously, we're getting sharper every game. We've got to keep it going second half, but it's tough.
Thanks, Roy.
See you, mate.
So Liverpool playing from right to left in this second half. No substitutions for Liverpool, however, Inter have made 3. Starting with their goalkeeper, Andrea Maserati. And they've also brought on Salvatore Fresi and Darbo, the French players signed from Rennes in the summer. More of those in a moment. McManaman. McAteer. And that's going to be easy for the goalkeeper who's just come on. Mazzantini has come on for Pagliuca. He's a reserve goalkeeper at Inter. Just played one game last season. Milanese, and here's number 15, substitute for Inter, Frazee. Picking out Coe, Zamorano arriving here. And once again, an intelligent piece of goalkeeping by Brad Friedman. Ince. Manaman. Frazee, incidentally, is taken over from Bergami in the sweeper position for Inter. This is Coe, under pressure here from Berger. Manaman. And it was Galante who was under pressure there to force the ball to safety. Staunton.
That was a good ball, really. The Liverpool forwards will be kicking themselves. Played in behind the Inter defence, and really both Riedler and Owen were caught flat-footed.
3 substitutions.
Mane Darby has also come on here for Inter. He's the Frenchman signed from Rennes. He's not included in the Champions League list for Inter this season, so Rennes would like him back on loan if it's possible. Bit of a cheeky request, isn't it, after signing?
If you don't ask, you don't get.
It's Elias. Zamorano. Riedler tries to pinch the ball. Here's Farme. Just wonder whether the changes will unsettle Inter. It's always difficult to pick up the baton once again when you've changed half your team. Ince scored the only goal of the night so far.
I think Inter, though, will have more than one eye on next week, because this is important to them. They want to do well here, but it's next week that counts.
It is their 5th pre-season game tonight. In their last couple of games, they've drawn 0-0 with the German champions Kaiserslautern, and then drew 2-2 with Parma, and then won a penalty shootout 5-4. And incidentally, should the scores remain level after 90 minutes tonight, and I underline the fact 90 minutes, we'll go straight to a penalty shootout to decide who takes home the Pirelli Cup. Well, by McAteer, free kick here to Inter. Inter just have one more dress rehearsal after tonight, before that Champions League preliminary round game in just over a week's time. That's when they'll play against Juventus and Udinese in a 3-team tournament. They'll play 45 minutes each. This is Berger now for Liverpool. McAteer is free. Owen. Forward here towards Ventola. Elias. Dabo. Milanese. Frazee. Frazee and Galante could be identical twins. They really look so similar. Coe. Clever idea to try pick out Pirlo, but in the end could only pick out the cop end. Gerard Houllier to the left of your picture. first time he came to Anfield was back in September 1969 when he saw Liverpool beat Dundalk in the old Fairs Cup 10-0 and stood on the Kop that night. Little did he think then that one day he'd be joint manager of Liverpool Football Club. Frazee. There's Darboe. I doubt whether he'll play a regular part in Inter's season in the coming months. But a chance, no doubt, to learn from some exciting stars at the club. Players like Yuri Jokayev and Roberto Baggio, and hardly mentioned Ronaldo tonight. Also Paulo Sousa's at the club, and Diego Simeone. David Beckham will be sending his best wishes to Simeone, I'm sure.
Not.
Arden Vinto had a splendid World Cup for Holland. There's also the Nigerians Taribo West and Wanku Kanu.
When you mention all the names, they really have a formidable squad.
And we haven't even mentioned Moriero, who of course has turned down the opportunity to go to Middlesbrough and has decided to stay with Inter, another World Cup player for Italy. So there's 10 players essentially to come in. Where do you fit them all in?
Well, this isn't a bad reserve side.
It's not a bad break by Liverpool. McManaman's final ball was disappointing, however. Farmay trying to win it on the far side. And it'll be a throw into Inter, who trail 1-0 then. Ventola helps the ball wide. Zamorano should pick it up here. Has Koé just behind him if he needs to use him. Zamorano will try again. Pirlo. Rather theatrical dive, and he'll be a popular man down at the Kop end. They don't like that sort of thing.
I don't think that was even a thought. That's probably one of the worst dives we've seen for a long time.
He made the most of it, though, didn't he?
I think so.
Berger obviously got the shout from Staunton. Berger wants it back. McManaman. Darboe. Intercepted by Itz. McManaman.
McManaman's constantly darting forward, and McAteer's filling in for him whenever he goes. So Liverpool vary from the 4-4-2 to a sort of loose 4-3-3. And there's no doubt that they're very dangerous when they do this. But they do have to be aware on the break as Inter have got better as the game's gone on. Great chance here for Stan Staunton to remind the Kop of how good he is at free kicks.
He'll have a bit of competition though, Joe, won't he? Because Michael Owen wants to get involved. Paul Ince stands over the ball. Owen's just moved away here. Berger wants a chance to drill this one in. As Antini waits anxiously on his goal line then. Is Liverpool prepared to take this free kick? It's Berger, and it's rather comfortable for the reserve goalkeeper.
I think Stan Staunton will claim the next one. That's just the cue he needed.
Got the ball up and over the defensive wall, but with no great power. Well, Bab decided to allow Ince to intercept. Liverpool have a throw. Owen, Koé. Well, so much is expected of this Liverpool team. They inevitably compare them with a great Liverpool side of the 1980s. Liverpool, incidentally, fourth favourites to win the Premiership, behind Arsenal and Manchester United, who are priced 2-1, and Chelsea at 4-1. Liverpool are priced 7-1. So it was about right?
I think they're good value for money at that, because I still think they have the good base here for a Championship side.
Zamorano. Whistle's gone. Handball.
If they can solve that problem. Again, 3 defenders, 1 attacker down the middle, and there's just too much panic from one ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pirelli Cup will be presented at the end of tonight's game. The Pirelli Cup will be presented at the end of the game.
I think you're looking at the big Liverpool plus tonight. Brad Friedel, who has looked a little bit indecisive at times at the end of last season, has looked tremendous and made several good saves tonight that have kept Liverpool in the game.
Former Anfield favourite, Kenny Dalglish, sitting alongside him, another Anfield old boy, Terry McDermott. Now the managerial team of Newcastle United, and Channel 5 will bring you live coverage of Newcastle United's friendly next Monday, when they take on another Italian side, a certain team called Juventus.
Well, that's Inter's big problem this season. They look to have laid the ghost with AC Milan at the moment, but they do still need to beat Juventus. They continually sell the best players and come up with a better team.
Corner kick to Liverpool. Steve Staunton getting a terrific round of applause down the far side. He's going to bend his left boot around this ball. Mazzantini with a relatively routine save.
Just a little bit too high, needed a bit more whip on it. Of course, it's early days yet for Liverpool. They still have a couple of weeks to get themselves right.
They do have a tough start to their league campaign, away to Southampton, then home to Arsenal, and then away to Newcastle. That's some trio of matches. And a meeting with Manchester United isn't a million miles away either. Staunton releasing Owen. Now what can Michael Owen do here? McManaman got in Riedler's way, and there's a howl of disappointment as the two players exchange unpleasantries.
Well, I don't think it was a language barrier, because I'm sure Karl-Heinz Riedler understands Scouse by now. But it was a brilliant ball from Staunton that set the move up. And then again, you see a feature of Liverpool's play this year. Anything over the top is going to be dangerous.
Well, Michael Owen this time was a provider. And his close control clearly unsettled the inter-defence. But when the ball was laid into the middle, confusion reigned.
Yes, it was after you, Claude, and I think they were both shouting to take it, and nobody took the decision.
Elias, Zamorano, McAteer. We're just waiting for a substitution here. Owen. Patrick Berger slams the ball into the Anfield Road end. And this substitution about to happen now. Fabio Galante and Elias, the players coming off.
I think the substitutions tell you a lot about Inter's attitude to this game, that they do want to give everybody a run out, whereas Liverpool have stuck with their starting lineup much longer, and this might be very close to their starting lineup. It could be in Roy Evans' mind at the moment.
So Mezzano and Cristiano Zanetti have come on. 14 is Mezzano, former Torino player. Just to try and avoid confusion, there's two Zanettis now at Inter this season. Cristiano, who's come from Reggiana, and of course Javier Zanetti, who's the Argentine. Milanese. That one aimed in towards Zamorano, but cleared by Bab. Darbo. He did well to just get his boot to the ball. Appeared to be a handball there by Zamorano, spotted by the referee, Peter Jones. Zamorano's not particularly happy with Peter Jones, but he has the ball back here. Ventola, and cleared by Fried.
Well, Liverpool still hang on to the clean sheet. It hasn't been convincing at times, but I'm sure they're following their good defensive display against Leeds, that if they can keep this till the end, Roy and Gerard Houllier will be well pleased.
This is Cristiano Zanetti, the former Reggiana player who signed for £2 million in the summer. And a free kick here to Liverpool. Really need the cushion of another goal to ensure victory in this pre-season game. They have to make do with a free kick here for the foul by Benoit Coe, who's yet to win his first cap for France, and I imagine things will be tough for him now to try break into the national team.
He had a terrific first half, and he got in a couple of times for free shots on goal and looked very dangerous. Still to get going in the second half, but certainly has shown his ability.
Staunton with a free kick.
That was nearly a great free kick. Inches away.
Throw into Liverpool. Somehow the threat of Inter has receded since they've made all those changes. And I think it's fair to say, with the greatest of respect to them, they've substantially weakened their team with the substitutions that they've made.
Yes, I think their attitude has changed slightly too. They've come off the pace a little bit, and now they're just going to keep possession whenever they can.
Ince, not touched too many, and Frazee won the ball for Inter. Here's Ventola now trying to stretch that Liverpool defence, which has been stretched to breaking point on numerous occasions. And we're going to have a terrific reception here, because Paul Ince is going to come off. We saw him on Saturday with that ice pack on his knee. I just wonder if he's feeling the effects either of that injury or perhaps an ankle injury. Listen to the reception.
A great goal no doubt to leave with, and Paul Ince has shown that he's invaluable to Liverpool. He is that defensive midfielder who can get forward and get the goal, but there's no point in taking chances at the moment.
And number 14, Steve Harkness, comes into central midfield. Harkness, a player who looked to be on his way out of Anfield last season when his career was disrupted after he broke a leg against Coventry City, but he's really back in the fold now.
A real utility player, can play left back, centre back, and as you see now, midfield.
Zamorano. Bab with a header, and he picks out Steve Staunton. Do you think Steve Staunton will have a calming effect on the Liverpool defence in the months to come, Joe?
Well, there's no doubt he's a very capable defender, but I think his big asset is his distribution, and I'm sure that the likes of Owen and whoever plays with him will thrive on the forward passes he can give them.
Harkness. McAteer. And here's Berger now for Liverpool. Appeals for handball, and Berger opts for the throw-in instead. All the way back to Steve Staunton. Aston Villa desperately wanted him to stay at the club. did everything they could to hang on to him, but he really was determined to leave at the end of last season when his contract expired. Knows what it's like to win trophies at Liverpool and has returned to the club to try and guide the team to that very aim. Here is Colonnese, former Roma player. Ventula appeared to handle the ball there. Zamorano again having a word with the referee. In fact, Zamorano was cautioned in Inter's last friendly game for doing exactly that. I think it was a handball there, surely.
Yes, of course it was a handball, and just a little bit of retaliation from both players. The referee's been excellent tonight. It's been an easy game to referee, even though it's been competitive, but he has been excellent.
Peter Jones has to be one of the nicest guys on the circuit.
He's also an excellent referee. He's one or two of the nice guys that aren't such good referees.
I understand that he actually lost his whistle prior to the kick-off, and that delayed the kick-off of this football match.
I can't believe a referee only has one whistle.
Staunton with the throw, picking out McManaman. Oh, McManaman and Koe getting involved with a bit of nonsense there. Told to calm down by the captain now, Galante, or rather Frazee.
Yes, one or two flailing arms, but nothing too serious. Nevertheless, it could have been a booking in a league game.
I'm not sure that two-man defensive wall had fully retreated the statutory 10 yards. Liverpool aren't going to argue it about that too much. And we've now reached the midway point of the second half, and Karl-Heinz Riedler and Zamorano, old Serie A opponents, seem to have sorted it all out.
I think it's somewhat of a different culture. The Italian players think nothing of holding you, and they accept that as normal. But the British players don't like it.
McManaman. And appears to have damaged himself in trying to make that very sharp turn indeed. Here's that chance again for McManaman, but as you can see, his back was to goal. And we can see now the incident involving Karl-Heinz Riedler.
Yes,
as you can see there.
It's the arm up. It's just making sure he can't jump. It's quite typical of play in Italy, but of course we don't like it in Britain.
Colonnese was the guilty party, ruffling the feathers of Karl-Heinz Riedler. Free kicked in. Zamorano. Oh, he almost picked out Koe then with that far post header.
Just a reminder that Inter would still like to score a goal. They have been quite impotent for the last 5 minutes, but there they are again, looking slightly dangerous.
Zamorano. McManaman. He's a tricky player. All smiles as he tricked Koe. And Inter have decided to bring off Colonnese after that little flurry of arms and fists with Karl-Heinz Riedler, and brought on Kamara. Just 19 years old, he signed from Saint-Etienne in the summer. So no stranger to the ground where Michael Owen found fame and fortune.
I wouldn't be surprised if the referee hasn't made a gesture to the bench that he would like him to come off, because in these games, rather than send players off, he can do that.
Zamorano, lovely touch there. Pirlo looking for Ventola, but it's rather easy in the end for Brad Friedel. Darbo. Ventola, good volley.
Yeah, there's still danger. It was a terrific ball to the far post, and once again Ventola had pulled away, and he's made a fair contact, not a great contact, just to keep Brad Friedel on his toes.
Milanese under pressure here from Karl-Heinz Riedler. McManaman. Owen. Comprehensive challenge, but a legal one.
He's been very well marked tonight. They're obviously aware of Michael Owen's newfound fame, and they've not made it easy for him. He's still shown immense promise, but it's not his night tonight. Not as yet.
Exactly, you can't really write Michael Owen off until the final whistle has gone.
Now he only needs one ball over the top.
Berger waited for the ball to bounce, and it was too late by then. This is Harkness. Oh, Owen went stamping in there on Mezzano, and Peter Jones just telling him to cool it.
He has to be careful. It is a side of his game he has to control. I don't think anybody wants to take the venom out of him, but equally, that's a bad tackle. That's a late tackle. That's at least a booking in a league game.
And Koué was in a real hurry to wave his index finger under Michael Owen's nose and say, no more of that, please.
Yes, the face of an angel maybe, but he can look after himself.
Milanese. Cleverly worked. Zanetti looking for Zamorano. Smashing goal.
Well, we can't say they haven't deserved it. It's a brilliantly worked goal, and the strength of Zamorano in holding off the Liverpool defender before laying into his path, and it's a great finish. They deserve that.
And Inter have something to celebrate. Look at Zamorano holding the ball up there. Look at that emphatic finish.
Brilliant. A great strike indeed. And on the way back there, Koué is complaining to the referee still about Michael Owen's challenge.
So Inter have drawn level with a well-worked goal created by the industry and body strength of Ivan Zamorano. The goal scorer is Cristiano Zanetti. And here comes Ventola. So after making a host of changes, Inter have found a goal through an unlikely source, one of their substitutes. Here's Darbo. Here's Cristiano Zanetti losing the ball to McManaman. And here's McAteer. Surely a foul by Milanese. McAteer wants to get on with the game quickly and pick out Michael Owen. Flurry of flash bulbs around Anfield as soon as Owen gets the ball. Staunton. Pirlo. Koué caught in possession. Farmate, that's a splendid ball to pick out Makatia. Makatia looking for Owen. Mitsano got his boot to the ball. This is Owen once again. Berger. McManaman. Harkness. Berger. McManaman. The goalkeeper came a long way and didn't make a particularly good punch. Did just about enough. Liverpool pressing now for another goal. Kvarme. They have another goal. And Steve Harkness restores Liverpool's lead.
I think he's shown there what a valuable member of the squad he is, because there have been times when they could have sold him. Certainly Southampton and a number of Premiership clubs have been very interested in Steve Harkness. But there he is, utility player playing in midfield, and a terrific strike.
So the player who replaced Paul Ince does just what Paul Ince did, scores against Inter. Thunderous strike, and the reserve goalkeeper Mezzatini barely moved. He was very late to the ball. Such was a strike from the left boot here of Steve Harkness.
Yes, ideally the keeper won't like being beaten on his near post, but you must say also that it was a very, very good strike that's beaten him.
Frazee. Can Inter find an equaliser now? Milanese on the far side. Ventola and Zamorano wait for the cross. Frazee too. Here's the goal scorer, Cristiano Zanetti. Away by Staunton. Darboe. Good pressure here by Inter. Milanese. Pirlo. Lovely turn by Pirlo. Ventola, Zamorano arriving. And away by Staunton.
Great defending of the far post. Certainly Inter have stepped up again, and for all their changes still have fluidity about them, and Darboe's been very, very impressive since he came on. He's been behind most of their best moves.
Zamorano. Camara. Support here from Darboe. Friedler's got to come to this one, punches it clear. Zanetti. Milanese. Staunton, the most productive of passes.
Typical left footer's right foot.
Yeah, but he just relieved the pressure on that Liverpool defence. There was a good little spell there for Inter, wasn't there?
I think he knew that they wanted to make substitutions, and here they come.
Bad and Riedler, the players who came off. Danny Murphy, number 18 on, so to 15 here, Dominic Matteo.
The substitutions for Liverpool come Danny Murphy and Dominic Matteo.
So double substitution for Liverpool. Koe. Murphy. He's just come on for the Reds.
There'll be a slight change in the formation with Murphy on. He'll play a more withdrawn role. Maybe make it 5 in midfield and leave Owen on his own, as Liverpool try to tie down the game now.
Just one more pre-season friendly for Liverpool before they start the new campaign away to Southampton. And they go to Glasgow at the weekend to face Celtic. Another tough test for them. And this is Michael Owen. Kvarme. Berger. Murphy demanded too much of Owen. That was the intention of playing Owen through there. And Michael Owen has now taken up a different role for Liverpool with the absence of Karl-Heinz Riedler, who's gone off. Owen is a lone striker. Pirlo's through, and a good save here by Brad Friedel.
Very nearly an equaliser, and again Liverpool looking all the 6s and 7s defensively.
And this is what Owen loves best, the ball played ahead of him. He doesn't like that at all, though.
No, they have defended him well. He's had the ball at his feet too close to him too often tonight, instead of running onto things.
Ventula. Brad Friedel with that very positive header, acting as a makeshift sweeper for Liverpool. Murphy. Camero committed the foul. Danny Murphy, who started his career with Crewe. And this is Berger. Murphy calling for the ball. Berger was doing a bit of jersey pulling there on Frazee, and a free kick to Inter.
Bit of frustration for Berger after a very promising start. He's gone very quiet in the game, and he's desperate to do well to secure his future at Liverpool.
Steve McManaman, who's taken over the captain's armband now since Paul Ince departed. Pirlo tried to chip Friedel and almost managed to do so. What a very good chip there by Andrea Pirlo, only 19 years old and a future star of Serie A.
Yes, he's looked terrific. Very well concealed chip, and that's a terrific save again from Friedel. Just his fingertips, just enough.
Pirlo will take the corner. Away by the Liverpool goal scorer Harkness. Zanetti, Koué. Zamorano tries to stay on side, but not too many options there for Koué. This is Pirlo again. He has advertised his danger now and does so once again. Zanetti, super ball, Milanese. Ventula and Zamorano wait for the cross. Dalbo, Zamorano. Really are tricky.
Brilliant skills. Bit of showboating.
Dalbo. Ventula put his head to the ball, but to no great effect.
You wouldn't rule out another goal for either side at this stage.
The Pirelli Cup will be presented to the winning team at the end of the game.
Liverpool look to have gone and won it at 2-1, but back have come into again.
At one stage they threatened to win the Italian Championship. In the end they were edged out by Juventus. They just didn't have enough firepower when it mattered towards the end of the season. Sano under pressure from Michael Owen. Picked up here by McManaman. Berger. That's Staunton. And McManaman. He gave the ball boys some work, but not the Inter goalkeeper. Inter, I think, will be pleased with their night's work as they prepare for next Wednesday's Champions League preliminary round game.
I think when you look at the players that haven't played for them tonight, this has been a terrific performance.
Of course, they beat Liverpool on their way to winning the European Cup in 1965, before Michael Owen was even born.
Every time he gets near the ball, the two defenders close him down immediately. And it's been a good lesson for him tonight, part of his learning curve.
Ventula and Zamorano, and he's usually more accurate than that.
Again, Ventula makes a terrific run right across the box and lays the ball back very neatly for Zamorano, and he would have banked on him really hitting the target there.
Yes, it came off the outside of his right boot and skewered across the Liverpool 6-yard box, when really should have called Brad Friedel into the action.
He's looked more of a South American Mark Hughes, really, than a goal scorer tonight, but nevertheless a terrific player.
McManaman, that's a lovely turn. Oh, that was threatening to be the goal of the night.
That's a brilliant turn on the edge of the box. And there has been accusations of McManaman that he doesn't score enough goals, but he certainly can finish. And this is a great cross shot and a brilliant touch. A brilliant touch.
It is a corner kick. I don't know what Inter are complaining about here. I think they want a goal kick. There was definite contact with the goalkeeper's glove on that shot by Steve McManaman.
I should think the goalkeeper wanted to claim it, really.
Disappointing cross by Murphy, and his expression after the ball left his boot just underlined that. Camera.
I'm just trying to think if there's been an offside in the game.
Been a couple for Inter, I think. Just to begin to sum up now, Joe, what's impressed you about Inter tonight, first of all?
Well, the strength of their squad. I mean, if this is their shadow squad or shadow squads, they must be a terrific bet next year for the Italian Serie A. As far as Liverpool are concerned, Friedel's been tremendous. McManaman's looked sharp. We know what Owen can do, and they've been shown the value of Paul Ince to them. But I still think that they can make a realistic challenge this year.
And how about defensively?
Well, they look very good against Leeds at the weekend, and they haven't been quite so good tonight. But nevertheless, I know that Roy is still looking at centre-halves. He's mentioned Daly with a different centre-half. And if he could find that one who can dominate, particularly just on crosses, I'm sure that he has other defenders who can link up with him.
Milanese. Matteo gets it clear. This is Camera. Camera once again. Given away by Staunton, releasing Steve McManaman. It's a time for another Liverpool goal, perhaps. This is Berger. Oh, through to Murphy! Danny Murphy can wrap it up. There he comes.
That was a great attempt. Murphy hasn't got great pace, but he has got a fabulous touch, and his layoff behind the defender to get his chance was excellent. He got a few games at the end of last season, Danny Murphy, and here again he shows his rich promise.
One of Liverpool's most promising signings, Danny Murphy. News today in the local newspaper that they are making a bid for Christian Verns, the German central defender, who has been on his way to Paris Saint-Germain this summer, but Paris Saint-Germain might sell him before he's played a game for them.
Well, nothing surprises in football, but Liverpool are mentioned with so many centre-halves these days, and I don't think we can believe anything really till one actually arrives at Anfield.
And Zamorano. Berger. Steve McManaman now for Liverpool. Koé. Camera.
I've been very impressed with Koé tonight. His work up and down the line and his quality with the ball have been exceptional at times, and realistically it can't be too long before he's a threat for the French squad.
Good determination there by Murphy. Liverpool have worked hard tonight against a very good Inter team. And the more encouraging thing for Liverpool is when they did concede a goal to Cristiano Zanetti, they went back to the other end of the field and within 3 minutes scored again.
Well, if Liverpool do hang on for the win, it's a great scalp. And Liverpool haven't always been at their best in pre-season, and you know they have been known in the past to take 1 or 2 hidings before finding their best form. Certainly they're in a good vein of form at the moment. This could be the 3rd win in a row.
The final whistle. Liverpool win against Inter. Steve Harkness's goal eventually proved to be the winner. Quite superb strike. Roy Evans and Gerard Houllier no doubt have plenty hard work to do as Evans shakes hands with Gigi Simone, the Inter coach. Michael Owen had a disappointing night when the limelight was shared by Paul Ince, former Inter player who scored a quite outstanding goal, and Steve Harkness who scored the winner. It ends Liverpool 2, Inter 1.